Yeah, listen, chat. Does somebody want to tell Grinning Hazard about Noah's game day ties? Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of had to be done with Noida. I was struggling to get over 100 viewers with it, and I just can't. I can't live that way. I think Noida could come back. The trick with Noida coming back is I think we'll have to do it as viewer sponsored time, and I'm not sure exactly what number I would set that at, but I think the number essentially, this guy I feel like could push me into one of those so easily. I'll let Daddy Longlegs over here do the work. I think the way that we tackle that is again, I don't know exactly what number I'd ask for, but basically almost anything that sets off a bit bomb or a bitskrieg, I would consider for, let's do a day of Noida, and specifically let's do a day of Noida where we guide Taffy gently. Those of us who have the hall pass to give Taffy guidance in Noida, gently guide him towards something he's never seen before. I think the days of me just sort of blindly wandering around Noida trying to figure out what's what are at an end. I just don't think there's the audience there for it. Yeah, exactly. It's the tide ebbs and flows, and as much as I would love to just play that game until I've discovered everything there is to discover, I don't think it's feasible. Sadly, because I was really enjoying it. Ooh. Isaac without cursing Ed. I did think like it would be funny. I did think it would be funny as like, what if I played Isaac, but like every time I said something disparaging about Ed, ooh, shit. Every time I said something disparaging about Ed, I had to like remove an item, or Isaac got 3 times bigger. I'm terrible at mailing stuff too. I have a crew showing up this weekend to help me out with extra life stuff. I'm probably worse than Noah. I don't know. I think there's still game day ties that haven't been mailed from like years ago. So Echo Chamber is anytime you use a pill or a rune or a card, it duplicates the last 3 that you used, which is really good if you got like Balls of Steel or a Tears upgrade or whatever. I can't get to that without a ladder. I can't get to that without flight of some kind. Yeah, like years plural, like a no bullshit amount of time. Psycon on a 12-month gifty from Rusty going into month number 10. Appreciate you both so much. Thermal Knight, what's going on, brother? Hey, Thermal. Question. How's your workload these days? Are you still stretched thin to the point of breakage? Kind of just content to let old Daddy Longlegs handle most of this combat here for me. Ugh. Well, I mean, no, if it hands me flight, that'd be great. It did not hand me flight. Handed me a Yarrow rune. Pretty fly. Strange key would be fine. Yarrow rune's great. World card doesn't do anything for me. What does that actually, like, I don't need anything right now. I was just talking about what I think my strategy is going to be moving forward, and I think we're gonna start working on some YouTube exclusive content. Like, I'm actually gonna like work my ass off, I think, to make like good YouTube content. I just don't think I get echo chamber, which is a real bummer. And I think I will tackle the thumbs myself, but there's also a part. Oh, I should do random boss and see where I go. To mother, they said. Glad we looked. Yeah, I don't know. The things that we're going to work on are going to need highly polished thumbs, and I can make those. And I'm not saying that Danny can't. I'm saying that, like, I wouldn't know exactly how to do it the best way it needs to be done. Danny, at current, doesn't make, like, Mr. Beast quality thumbnails because they're fucking hard. It's time consuming. But, like, we can learn. But then I was like, oh shit, I have a person in my community who's like a literal full-time fucking graphic designer. Top of their class. Do the swear jar version of disparaging comments about it. I have thought about like what a swear jar style video might be. It would be fun to save that for like charity. It'd be fun to save that for charity. I think that would make a good St. Jude video next year. We watched a lot of Ludwig. Ludwig's really good about that kind of stuff. Ludwig did a great video where he took a YouTube channel, like a literal brand new YouTube channel, and started from scratch just to see if he could get like 1,000 views on it. And in 24 hours, with none of his branding and not his voice on it, he had managed to deliver a YouTube channel that had one video that had like 11,000 views on it and almost 1,000 subs. Frostpunk on the YouTubes. I don't think Let's Plays are compelling enough. I've got to start. I'm gonna try to see if I can do. Man, this dick. I'm gonna try to see if I can do videos with premises and not just. If I'm gonna copy paste something, I said copy paste. There's actually a video we watched with Mr. Beast where it talked about copy with taste or copy and paste, and so like, it's okay to take a video that you see that inspires you and put your own spin on it. It's not okay to literally just, you know, shot for shot, line for line, do the same thing that some other creator has done. So that's you dicks. Yeah, that's where I am. We're gonna have to find our way into a tiers upgrade in the not so distant future. That's where I am, is like, if I find something compelling that I'm interested in doing, I'd have to figure out a way to put my own spin on it. So like, for example, I think I did this pretty well years and years and years ago, where the idea was I want to do a Let's Play of Telltale's The Walking Dead. I was like, all right, well, that's cool and everything, but a lot of people, like, why wouldn't they just go to the Rad Brad if they wanted to see a playthrough? Because the Rad Brad's not gonna have, you know, his picture covering part of the screen, and is obviously an authority on it and has been for years. And in that case, you know, my thing was like, oh, well, I'm gonna do The Walking Dead, but I'm gonna do it evil, where I'm just gonna make all the fucking worst choices you can and try so hard to leave with the least number of survivors I could get. But yeah, I just don't feel like, I sadly just don't feel like, just a straight up Let's Play is compelling enough. Yeah, that's all it is, Josh. I just wanted to say out loud, like, hey, let's think about this. I just want to say, yeah, let's think about this. This is really what you decided to give me, huh? All right, well, I got some of my money back from that purchase, so eat it. Yeah, just making you aware that there's going to be some changes on the horizon, I think. That's all. And hoping, I guess, that I could plumb the depths of your wisdom to see what nuggets of information I might be able to pull out. Yeah, to forget the whole those flies suck. Oh, don't worry, Kiba. There's gonna be stuff like there's no way I do this without having the whole point is a lot of the and this is a huge benefit to me in my opinion. The whole point is, listen, I know that Noah has said like, oh, you can't put chat on screen for your YouTube content or for VODs because technically there's some European
this is the story of the newest denizen of the cave
that frowns on that. And I respect it and all that jazz, but listen, if I'm got myself hurt. If I do this,
this is the story
almost all the videos that I've seen that are worthy of emulation have Twitch chat on screen
of the newest denizen of the cave.
Fish and Chips, tier 1, 75 months. My depths are getting plumbed for wisdom. Love you, Taffy, in chat. Very nice. Thank you, Fish and Chips. Appreciate you. Arkham tier is a bunch of founders badges coming through here. Arkham tier 1, 111 months. Welcome back, Taffy. You were sorely missed. I'm happy to be back in the chair. I feel snapped out. How do I put this? How do I put this delicately? I was not depressed, but I felt like I was in a rut. And now I feel like I might have a rudder again. Like the sails are up, and I feel like I know which way the wind's blowing for a change. Yo, Toto, tier 1, 76 months. Hey, Taffy, I want to let you know that you gave me the courage to go ahead and book my vasectomy. June 28th, no baby. Congratulations. This is the story
of the newest denizen of the cave.
The gift that keeps on giving so long as the kids will stay in their fucking room. Toto, it's gonna be... Your only regret is gonna be that you didn't do it sooner. Oh, come on, Taffy. You need a bomb, bud.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Yo, Fu, thank you for the gifty to Tarot Shark. Appreciate that. Brittany the Pook, tier 1, 29 months. Thank you so much. Such memories. He's a good man, Jeffrey, and thorough. Actually, there we go. I needed another bomb. Now we're all set. So yeah, it's the kind of thing that the people I see that are worth emulating have chat on screen. It proves that their communities are helping to shape the content.
Hey man, those are bits.
I want you to help me shape content. I will make executive level decisions on what content gets made, but like once we commit to a bit, like I want you to have the ability to feed into it and all that jazz. And I want to feature you, like I said, I want to feature you in the content, so get out of here, Blub. This is the first Repentance character I ever fought on a demo in PAX West with Tyrone Rodriguez watching over my shoulder. Mere days before the Kotaku article came out. Wednesday, thank you for the 100 biddies. And again, Brittany the Pook, thank you for the 29 months. No way, that's the reference. Have I been... I might even be... I knew that I was quoting it wrong for a long time too, but it's his lady friend character He's a good man, Jeffrey, and thorough. She mentions that he's a doctor, but she refers to him as a man. Would you be willing to do Minecraft content again? Because that's huge on YouTube. Challenges set by chat and modded stuff. Don't know.
This is the story.
I'd have to have a premise first.
Denizen of the
I'd play
cave.
almost anything. I just have to have a, like, what I play is going to be secondary to having a good idea. That's the long and the short of it. Taffy, would you play? Yes. If I thought people would click on it and enjoy the idea, and it made compelling content, yes. The answer is yes. I would play it. Left is always right. I love Parasite. Hell yeah. Am I interested in becoming like a full-time Minecraft streamer who screams in a high-pitched voice and basically dangles keys to hold on to a young audience because that's the overwhelming majority of YouTube? No, it's still got to fit the brand, you know? But I'd play just about anything if I thought it, again, would put asses in seats. Taffy, what's your main game on Twitch? My main game on Twitch is Twitch. This is just me saying, like, I'd also like my main game to be YouTube. Wesley, what's going on, friend? Foo with a gifty to Wesley. Appreciate you. 260 gifties all time in the chat. Yeah, no, like, again, if there's a good premise, then yeah, I would play Minecraft easily. I gotta remind myself not to leave.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the
Thank you for the
cave.
gifty to Pinnacle Chips. Appreciate you. Dangles keys to hold an audience. Yo, you say that. I know a very successful VTuber that jangles keys whenever she wants to pay attention, chat to pay attention, and the key jangle emote. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. If the bit was literally genuinely dangling keys, we actually watched a clip that was comparable to that. That was I think it was Pokimane talking to Mizkif, basically trying to convince Mizkif.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Hold on one second, chat.
Balls of steel. Something's wrong. I found pills.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Speed up gas.
If I mess this up, I die. So I'm trying not to die real quick.
Speed up.
But my Yarrow rune. Orf was the one that I was worried about.
I'm drowsy.
All right, there it goes. Thank y'all for the little hype train. Appreciate that. Foo, thank you for the gifty to Ice Pops. Ice Pops, enjoy the emotes. And welcome back, as always. The hell were we talking about? And why did I use a bomb here? I'm so foolish. Oh, right. So there's a clip of Pokimane talking to Mizkif. She's trying to explain to him that she doesn't think that he needs to live in Austin versus living in Los Angeles to make content. But his fucking attention keeps drifting. And so the way she decides to grab his attention is that she literally grabs her phone and puts a Temple Run on her phone. And it works because it like genuinely locks him in because he's watching the Temple Run, but he's also glancing up to catch her message about not as much as holding you in Austin as you think is holding you in Austin.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
So yeah, there's definitely something to be said about, like, you know, literal key jangling. Yeah, tarot chart. Are you talking like food photos? Barrel tier 3, 64 months. Morning, getting ready for work. So pop it in while I pack my bag. Hell yeah, Appreciate it, Varel. Thank you. Oh shit. Hold on. Hell yeah, yeah. There's a food chat in the Discord. Go ahead and pop it there. Sorry. This area is easily the most dicey. This is the scariest place for me to be not paying attention for any reason at all. Hey, that's a huge payout though. It's a huge payout for growth hormones. And now we leave. Maggie Oaks, holy shit, this looks amazing. I will say that like one thing that I need to try to figure out how to tackle is like what this new strategy does to our existing like format of how we stream. Oh, I don't know. Proptosis is great. I should probably just not spend any more money here. As great as it would be to pilfer the shop, I can't just be buying blind items. That's it's a pretty genuine and easy way to purchase regret. I do like having our streams where we just vibe and chill and I play video games, and I still obviously have the backlog that I owe you. But there's also a part of me that's like, there's also a part of me that's, oh shit. The fast solution, the easy solution, not easy, but the easiest to comprehend solution is that I just stream more. And that either I keep my regular stream hours where I make good on games that you paid to see played, and I play like Isaac or whatever. Maybe long term the morning slot could just be YouTube harvesting. Like tackling the filming of whatever premise exists. Because the options are I keep the stream exactly the same way it is, and then I stream at night to clip harvest for now until we feel like it's gained so much momentum that like new people showing up from YouTube would actually show up here and be like, what's the gimmick for this? And I'm like, oh no, I'm just playing video games. And they're like, oh, for real? That's it? And then all of a sudden Isaac, you know, not just Isaac, but like the morning slot just becomes the work of pulling together whatever cool new premise there is. Like, I don't want to just put myself in a situation where I feel like I'm obliged to work 19 hours a day, you know? I don't know, maybe I would if I felt like, if you know, listen, if it means keeping my head above water, maybe I do. Why'd I do that? I didn't necessarily want that.
Health up.
Yeah, I got to figure out how this works. I got to figure out how the scheduling of this works. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm living. That's kind of where I am. What have I done? Why did that seem like a good idea? We just put it right there. Does that do it? Nothing? No. Can't just throw that bomb in there, can I? Oh, I can. Why did I think I couldn't do that? Whatever. Sorted now. I've been checked out for a tick, so excuse me if you already said this, but if you turn mornings into filming content, there are multiple options on the table for that chat once. What if you open up to chat to pay for one of the ideas over another? Maybe the trickiest bit of all really for me is that like is that there's this idea that I don't know, if I'm only doing like one, like say I'm doing like one YouTube video a month, but it's like polished content, then in that case I wouldn't want to again, I'm not really looking to gamify the YouTube content. This really is, like I said, this is, you know, lean startup, validated learning, data and analysis driven. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to commit. Oh, nice. What a huge pickup. I wouldn't want to commit a month's worth of work to like a meme idea, especially if the whole point of all this is, what if, because I was talking to Justin, I don't want to say the number because it's not my number to say, but Justin was talking about pushing all of his Dark and Darker clips over to YouTube, and that some of them were kind of going off. And when he told me what he was making from just passive revenue on like some of these Dark and Darker, and this was a while ago, hopefully it takes off again with Dark and Darker being back, but when he told me like what it was making for him, just getting a few thousand views per video, and I say a few thousand because by like Twitch standards or by YouTube standards, that's not a lot. But for him just getting like a few thousand views per video, it was like a mortgage payment that he was getting a month in like additional YouTube money. And that kind of stuff right now would buy me a whole lot of breathing room. And certainly make things feel a lot less dire from month to month based on Twitch revenue. It's funny you should mention that, Veryl. That lives in the content pile in my brain. There's a chance that retirement might get roped into one of the early videos. There's also I think one of the things that might happen as a byproduct of this is the return of story time with Taffy. There are some new stories to march out, most of which y'all have heard. I can't help that. But that might be one of the first things that we march out is sort of a modernized, modified, updated story time. Dark and Darker stuff. Yeah, I noticed that one of his new clips on YouTube has gotten 700K. I saw a TikTok that he posted that was like at 81,000 likes, or was that the TikTok clip that was at 700,000 views? Is there still a reroll machine in the shop? Yo, I think there is. You might actually have a really good point there. You do bedtime stories for Australians? There once was a land where all the animals weren't scary, and death wasn't lurking around every corner.
The sun.
Animals not scary sounds boring. Dude, speaking of Australia, I watched some like intentionally craptastic movies on the flight. I tried to watch Madam Web because I had seen everything I wanted to see on the flights there and back in Delta's little setup. I watched Anyone But You. I genuinely at one point tried to watch Madam Web of all things. What are you on? What are you blocking? Oh my. Do I Cheos? I might Cheos. I got through like 15 minutes of Madam Web and was like, I'd rather just sit in silence in the plane. I watched The Iron Claw, which was really good. But I watched Anyone But You. I feel like I watched something else that wasn't great. I mean, like, Anyone But You was fine. It was a rom-com. I don't remember the last time I intentionally watched a rom-com. Nice. Yeah, Justin I know was ready to hit the old Dark and Darker hard. I don't know where I was going with any of this. Oh, right. Anyone But You was set mostly in Sydney. So I've just... Oh, I meant to set down Soul of Eden. I still can't. Fucking, why do I keep hitting... I'm hitting the wrong buttons over and over and over again. You fool. Oh, well. I re-rolled the Yarrow rune. This is all... It's all going to hell. Where were you when I needed you, ladder? Alright, I'm content to just kind of go. I think we're basically set. Oh. That'll do. Tarot cloth seems fine. Where is the... There it is. Probably take mutant spider. And monstrance. Is there anything I have to do on this floor? There isn't, right? Oh, color me underwhelmed. Yeah, I picked up Cheos. I picked up the old Chaos card. Alright, let's be on our way. Oh, shit. Yeah, take that, dummy. I will headbutt your ass. Hello? Hey, Crunchy Pickles, thank you so much. Happy to be back. I think I'm good. I'm feeling strong. Feeling strong. Eating good in the neighborhood. Yo, 64-bit robot, congratulations. I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten since last night in an airport in Atlanta. You. Well, I probably shouldn't be so cavalier about that, especially now that we have chaos going on. That seems unwise. Oh no, tarot shard. I'm sorry to hear it. Yeah, the trip was productive and filled with great foods. I got to eat
soul of the keeper.
Good grief. I got to eat Korean. I got to eat sushi. I got to eat soup dumplings. I got like Caribbean jerk, more or less. Paseos. That was excellent. I got pizza. I got diner food. Hell yeah. I ate like a king, and then Nate and I really put our heads together and tried to kind of dig me out of the funk that I was in. And I think we're gonna be successful. I mean, like, well, I don't mean like I think we're gonna be successful. I hope we're gonna be successful, but like, I think it's a good. I think it's the best path forward for me right now, for sure. Oh. I don't think I can scoot with the golden teleporter here. Sounds like you were pampered out there. Well, I mean, I did spend a week on an inflatable mattress. Which is not the end of the world. I don't want to sit here and act like, you know, chat, I just escaped from like a refugee camp or something, but like, Nate did pick up some meals, but otherwise I, you know, for the most part carried my weight financially. So like, if Nate had paid for everything, yeah, I would feel like I just got back from a spa, but we mostly 50-50'd the food. Taffy, I've been sub for a year. Thank you so much for all that you do. You're an incredible person and streamer. I look forward to your streams and the people here so much. Appreciate you. That's kind of you to say. Thank you, Tarot Shard. Happy to have you here as always. I might have missed it. What was the best place or thing you ate? It's tough to say. It's tough to say because it was also good. Like I hit the ground and I've been daydreaming about good Korean food for a while. And so they took us to a place called Mama's Kitchen.
Of the newest denizen of the cave.
And I got this cold noodle, like this cold savory noodle dish that was topped off with all sorts of vegetables and gochujang sauce and like thinly shaved marinated beef with tteokbokki and the spicy rice cakes and fish cakes and Korean fried chicken. And it was excellent. Din Tai Fung is always good. Din Tai Fung's always really good. Are there better like mom and pop dumpling places around? Probably. Is Din Tai Fung expensive? Absolutely. Is it still excellent? It's still excellent. It's very, very good. Hey, speak of the devil, Nate, tier 1, 111 months. Glad you made it back. I did. I survived. We've been talking about the strategy pivot all morning, and everybody not only seems to be my nightmare situation was that Nate and I get all gassed up about this, where it's like, oh, Taffy's gonna try to do some cool things. Where, you know, Taffy's gonna try to do some cool things, and Nate will help give feedback on the stuff that gets made. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking this place over. I'm trying not to get hit. Anyway, Nate and I got pretty fired up. Like, this all sounded like a cool, fun thing. Like a return to my YouTubing roots. Relearning the game of YouTube because just frankly, like, you know, the money's better in YouTube. Do I want to quit Twitch? No, I absolutely don't want to quit Twitch. But, like, do I want to keep trying to invent ways to squeeze money out of y'all when groceries are tough to afford right now? Absolutely not. I have zero desire to keep, like, I either get to take corpo money, which we're doing today. We're gonna be playing Call of Dragons, which honestly has been my favorite mobile game that we've been asked to play so far. So I'm thrilled to have them back. I'm either squeezing corpo dollars, or I'm harassing you for more money that you don't have to give right now, which does not, I don't know about you, but it doesn't sound like fun to me. Or, you know, I relearned the game of YouTube, which is where we started. We relearned the game of YouTube, and just the money to be made off of a good YouTube video is better. That's exactly it. I was telling them about creating an intentional feedback loop where they are not only encouraged to help us come up with like premises, encouraged to help me try to figure out what might make an interesting video, but B, will very much be a character in said video. Which is exciting to me. And then, yeah, an intentional feedback loop of, you know, we do cool stuff over here on Twitch, long form, and then we clean it up short form and polish the living shit out of it and put it on YouTube, and then chat gets to see themselves on YouTube videos that hopefully, like, do well. And then people on YouTube see the videos and go, oh shit, the party's over at Twitch chat. And they come hang out here at the Twitch channel while we're gathering up footage for the new ideas. And so the feedback loop goes. Honestly, I think the game of YouTube has a less steep learning curve than Twitch. That was we were watching some Miskiff as it related to like a Ludwig video talking about this exact thing, and Miskiff's take was, and I wholeheartedly agree, is that there is no way to start flat-footed on Twitch without importing an audience and make it. Impossible. So like in that regard, yes, I do also feel like YouTube you can start from nothing. And I mean, I'm not starting from nothing. I've got some audience, but it's certainly not anything to write home about from a YouTube standpoint. You're great. Let me put it. Let's just make sure that we're all the cards are on the table. You're a great, chat. I'm not saying I've got nothing. I am saying that in YouTube terms, I've got like a little bit. I've got an audience, some of whom even remember that I'm alive. Most who don't. But I'm not flat-footed on YouTube. But you can start flat-footed on YouTube with a good idea and gain momentum overnight. Now, it would help that if as we're pulling this stuff together, I have a built-in audience who helps me get it out of the quagmire and into the algorithm. I am in a great place in that you exist and can help me do that, and I thank you for it in advance. But yeah, from a Twitch perspective, you just can't. I can't think of any. I couldn't do it. I can't think of any way you would possibly. I can't think of any way you would possibly start flat-footed on Twitch and thrive. Yeah, Bleach, that's kind of been part of it too, is that like YouTube is so different than it was when I was first starting out. It is genuinely like learning a whole new game. But I think I'm capable of it. I think I'm capable of it. Yeah, the advice that I've heard is YouTube is where you build the audience, Twitch is where you go to reap the benefits of what you've sown. And that's how I did it. I feel terrible when I go to these like panels and they say, how did you get started on Twitch? And I'm like, easy, I brought an audience with me. And they're like, what do you mean you brought an audience with you? And I'm like, my first Twitch stream was to 500 concurrents. And they're like, well, I don't have that. And I was like, yeah, you're gonna need it. Are there any other questions, And I always feel bad about that, but I genuinely can't think of a good way to start flat-footed on Twitch. There's no discoverability. I know whatever Thor at Pirate Software is doing with Reels is crazy. I see them everywhere. Yeah, people who have a strong marketing strategy, people who are really good about getting their clips out to places like TikTok or Instagram, Yeah, those people import their audience in a crazy way. Like the lone success story of anybody who ever showed up here and said like, how do I succeed on Twitch? Oh, I can fly. Why am I using keys? The lone success story that I've ever come across has been Barry, has been Bloodberry Tart. And Barry imported her audience from just being super good at social media. Like Barry's got a monster Twitter following. What are you doing? Yeah, Barry's got a monster Twitter following, so even Barry wasn't starting flat-footed, and that's like my lone success story of like, this is somebody who started, quote, with nothing. Barry didn't start with nothing. Barry started with a bunch of followers on a different platform, brought them over. Yeah, and that's like, it's so funny. Like, so Nate said, that's another thing we discussed, having content strategy and social media strategy. It's so, it's very funny that Nate should mention that, because like, that was one of the problems that Nate and I like set out to solve when we were working together on the labels, on the label and on Pretzel, was just like, there are all sorts of old documents of me, oh Jesus, basically saying I was so frustrated because I felt like we had no guidance. I felt like we had no North Star, no strategy, no plan. Just, I'll throw stuff against the wall just to see what sticks in the absence of a plan. But man, I would much rather have a plan. I would much rather have hypotheses. I would much rather have theories we can test. I would much rather be looking for very specific data in the tea leaves when it's all said and done. But for the last couple of years, I definitely just feel like I've been throwing stuff against the wall, and that is aggressively not the way I work. Like, not the environment in which I thrive. And I think that's contributed to me feeling as gross as I've felt for like the last year or so. The last year or so has been rough. Found a guy on Twitch because I saw him streaming a game I liked on YouTube, but he was streaming both normal ratio and also another stream of the Reels view. Yeah, honestly, honestly, Code, I don't want to be an asshole, but like hitting affiliate is by design not particularly difficult. I don't want to downplay, I don't want to downplay how frustrating it must be to try to do that and not be able to when you really want to, but like, I can't remember if there's anything else to buy in the shop. I think there was. But like, anybody who's serious enough about Twitch to be trying to make something out of it should have enough friends and family to harass them into getting them affiliate. If you don't have even that, then that's a rough start, you know? But beyond that, like getting partner, building a community, actually like making enough money to live is nigh impossible on organic growth on Twitch. Oh yeah, Nate and I played a shitload of Balatro while we were there. Nate and I have been talking about maybe on the other side of his song trader career, he and I making a game together. And we pointed to Balatro as again, you know, it was just fun to be in a room with somebody and talk about like good ideas, and just be like, hey, we should come up with a good idea. And it's one thing to just say that and be around people who are just like, yeah, we should come up with $1 million idea. It'd be so great. There's no shortage of people who are just like, yeah, do you have $1 million idea? Because I'd love to get in on that. But it's fun to sit down with Nate and just be like, hey man, we should just fucking kick around ideas and see what comes out of it. The nice thing about sitting in a room with Nate and just bullshitting is that the biggest point that we make from square one is this whole conversation can't be about making money. Just like when I tell people, like, you can't start streaming wanting to be rich and famous, because even if you become rich and famous, you'll still hate streaming. Fame and riches can't be why you're doing what you're doing. And so when Nate and I are talking about this kind of stuff, Fame and riches are never why we're doing what we're doing. We actually want to have like a good idea. Now, if you have a good idea and you execute it well, then yeah, you tend to make money. But anyway, Balatro was an example of a good idea well executed that is simple. That like ultimately an idea doesn't have to be complicated to be good. Balatro is excellent. Balatro is an excellent game, and it didn't take a lot to get there. Besides just a lot of critical thought and really putting effort into just executing a good idea, a simple good idea well. That's possible. I mean, for crying out loud, my man who created Stardew is a one-man band, now an incredibly talented one-man band. But yeah, just like giving yourself confines that fit what your experience is. Giving yourself like, what was it? Was it the Legend of 1900? Is the old Tim Roth movie where he plays a savant piano player who lives on a Titanic-style cruise ship his entire life? And they talk about, why don't you ever get off the boat? And he was like, for the same reason that I don't play a piano that has infinite keys. Because without the constraints and limitations, I wouldn't know how to make the music. And so, you know, it's overly romanticized a little bit, but it's that same concept of like, what are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? And how can we possibly turn that into like a cool idea or a cool game, or, you know, what would interest us? Like, what would make us jazzed up? We're strong.
Pretty fly.
I don't think I can even have more orbitals. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to take all three of these because now we have Polaroid invincibility. Hooray! All the shields, baby.
Justice.
And then hopefully Dark Bum will just keep us topped up. Hey, hell yeah, man. Big win. Scanning. You missed my dance. Can I get some dance frogs in chat? Yeah, I was talking about watching Doug and his brother who created the fucking Stanley Parable. It was weird to hear somebody else talk about working with Kevin Brighting. You know, like, it was a pretty loose way. Like, oh, I worked with Kevin Brighting. I asked Kevin Brighting to do my Twitch alerts and then offered him money, and he said no. But they keep telling stories of like his professionalism, and I'm like, oh yeah, I am here as a witness to Kevin Brighting's professionalism. Good grief! If that guy had any idea how much money I had made off of those 2 voice lines, I feel like he wouldn't have taken $0 off me. I wanted to pay him. I love the idea of paying people I work with, because I've been the guy who's been screwed on jobs that I worked on, and I don't, you know. I want to be wealthy so I can tip like a lottery winner, you know? Like those are my dreams. I want to be obscenely wealthy so I can tip obscenely well. But yeah, like I wanted, even at a time back then where I didn't really have a lot of extra money to give out, I wasn't going to ask him for his time for nothing, you know? Yeah, so Doug is not only, we talked about this earlier, an exemplary content creator on YouTube, and a content creator that I believe is well worth emulating. But Doug's brother is the creator of the Stanley Parable. What must the holidays at that house be like, you know?
Range up.
What happens if we golden teleport here? I'm pretty sure it just takes us back to a random room on the previous floor. Or no, you know what? I think it just takes us here again. I'm a dummy. I think that's all it does. I might hermit card out just to make sure that we go to where we're wanting to go.
The hermit.
Well, I mean, I could fuck it. I'll just I know what the answer is. The answer is it brings us right back here. Oh, right. I forgot I had that. Anyway, not very exciting, sadly. Gonna take Alges and get on out of here. There's a 3-hour video of Doug playing Ultra Deluxe Blind with Davey watching and commenting. Yeah, we watched the whole thing. It was super engrossing. Nate needs to get a sectional couch, though, so that I can lay down on the couch and watch it with him. I was pivoting between listening to it like a radio drama over... laying on my inflatable mattress, listening to it like a radio drama because I was blocked by the love seat. Or laying on the floor, or sprawled out on the love seat, but, like... I really just wanted to flop out on my stomach. I like sleeping on my stomach. Or sorry, I like watching stuff on my stomach or on my side. Mostly because when I'm on my stomach, I can pop my back. And it really loosens up my core. Yeah, their mom's a doctor. Ugh. My mom's smart. Don't get it twisted. My dad is mostly capable. No, we didn't invert me once. We worked out in the gym and we built shelves in the gym, but we didn't put me on the inversion table one time. I saw that thing and it was like seeing an X. Like I was so excited to see if maybe we could rekindle a thing together. And every time I saw it, I was just like, oh, I'm sure we'll get to it at some point. And then we totally didn't. I love sleeping on my stomach, but it's so bad for your neck. I've gotten to a point where I mostly Jadestone. Oh, shit. I didn't even see what was going on there. I've gotten to a point where I sleep primarily on my side. But every once in a blue moon when I'm just like knockout tired, it's directly onto my stomach and into a puddle of my own drool. Without exception. Did we talk about the games that were announced already? I don't follow. I want to though. Like, what do you mean? Oh, Summer Game Fest was this weekend? If you say so. If it wasn't at Nate's house or on the disc golf course near Nate's house, then I didn't see it. When was the last time you guys know that I watched a game showcase so I could better educate myself on the upcoming slate of new releases? I have you for that. That's why you exist. like in my mind, right? Like I got big main character energy. You exist to tell me what that was all about because I didn't even know it happened. I don't know any of these games. I have no idea what Monday Hunter Wednesday is. I don't know what Phantom Blade Zero is. I'm glad you guys are excited. Monster Hunter Wilds. Gotcha. I've heard of Monster Hunter before. I've never played it. I'm certainly not trying to talk you guys out of being excited, but like new games being released, if it's not Hades 2, it means nothing to me. It is so rare that I get to be excited about a new game coming out that I can count the number of times that it's happened on one hand. What have I done? Why did I come back out here? I don't know why I hit the space bar. Whatever. We'll just find our way back. Nothing of value was lost here. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I have the hiccups all of a sudden. Bandle Blade seems up your alley, very Sekiro. Was that sexy girl Sekiro? I feel like I just saw a video about sexy girl Sekiro. There was a video game that came out like within the last year that was like Jiggle Physics Sekiro. That was Stellar Blade. Yeah, see, I don't really retain names of those games. Ouches. I think you're doing great, Mom. Yeah, I heard Cult of the Lamb's getting an update. So chat, Dance Frog was a joke that came out during the Davy Doug Stanley Parable video where Davy asked for a dance emote and Doug suggested Dance Frog. Davy asked for Dance Frogs in chat and then they slammed it after and he's like, oh right, that's not an emote I actually have. This is pretty funny. Well shoot, chat, I feel like I should get like a quick something to eat because I have not eaten since the Atlanta airport yesterday. Have you seen the QR video before that video too? No. Oh, now we have a Dance Frog in chat. It's very funny. So what I think is yo, Shadow Walker, thank you for installing Call of Dragons. Which, by the way, chat, let's not lose sight of the fact I was just gone for a week straight, which means, and we went and did the math, I made $35 in the week that I was gone because there's no such thing as paid time off or passive revenue on Twitch. Ha-ha! So, Call of Dragons is my sponsored time that we're going to get to probably around noon today.